Hi guys, so today we're going to write an equation of a line when we're given m and a point. M stands for slope, and a point is just our x value comma our y value. So x comma y is our point. So if we look at the instructions, it says step 1, write down the equation y is equal to mx plus b. So we're going to write y is equal to mx plus b. Step 2 says substitute the slope for m and the point x comma y. So now we have m, which is 2, and our point, which is 2 comma 3. So we're going to plug those into our equation and solve for b. So y is 3 is equal to our m times our x is 2, plus our b. So 3 is equal to 2 times 2 plus b. That gives us 3 is equal to 4 plus b. In order to get our b by itself, we have to subtract this 4 from both sides, and we end up with a b is -1. We know our b is -1 and our m is 2, so go ahead and substitute those values into the equation y is equal to mx plus b, which makes it y is equal to m is 2x plus b. Well, this is a plus a -1, which actually a plus and a negative next to each other turns into a 2x minus 1. That is your answer for number 1. Over here, again, we're given our m and our point 4 comma -3. So we're going to use y is equal to mx plus b. Y is -3 is equal to m is 1/2 times our x. Well, our x is 4, but I am going to write that as a fraction, so it's easier for me to see how to multiply that fraction out, plus my b. So -3 is equal to 1/2 times 4 over 1 plus b. When we multiply fractions, all you're doing is multiplying the numerators together and the denominators together. However, if you can catch this, you can see that the 2 and the 4 can be cross-reduced. This would turn into a 1, and this would turn into a 2 because you divided both the 2 and the 4 by 2. So now we actually end up with -3 is equal to 2 times 1 is 2 over 1 times 1 is 1, or just 2, plus b. -3 is equal to 2 plus b. Split it down the equal sign, subtract the 2 from both sides, because whatever you do to one side, you must do to the other. That gets crossed out, and we're left with a b is equal to -5. So now we have our b, we have our m, and we can replace that in our equation. Y is equal to m 1/2 times x, and my b is -5. So I'm just going to write -5. So y is equal to 1/2 x minus 5. Let's look at this, example 5. This is actually an equal sign, so m is equal to -2, and our x and y are -5 and 3. So y is 3. 3 is equal to m, which is -2, times x plus rb. Go ahead and multiply -2 times -5. That gives us a +10, plus b is equal to 3. Subtract 10 from both sides to get the b by itself. This turns into a 0, and we're left with a b is equal to -7. So b is -7 and m is 2. So our answer is y is equal to, sorry, m is negative, ooh, that should be a -2 right there. Y is equal to m is -2x plus our b, which is -7, so that's going to be a subtract 7. If our b was a positive number, this would remain a plus sign. But because all of our b's have been negatives, -1, -7, and over here was -5, this positive or a plus sign turned into a negative sign for all of them. Go ahead and try the rest on your own. And then we'll look the other side, or down below. Okay, down below it says writing an equation of a line given 2 points. This is now much harder, but you've had some practice with this already. It says, again, write down y is equal to mx plus b. So y is equal to mx plus b. Step 2 says use the slope formula to find m. What's our slope formula? M is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, right? Pick one of the ordered pairs and substitute the slope for m and the point x and y. But before we do number 3, we have to still look for our slope, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So how we use the slope formula is you're just going to designate these points as x and y. X and y, we already know that our x comes before our y. And this is my point 1, so this is going to make it x1, y1. And this is my point 2, so this is going to be x2, y2. y2 is our first number right over here, so y2 is 5. So it's going to be 5 minus y1 is 3 over x2 is 4 minus x1 is 2. When we do the math, you end up with 2 over 2, or 1, which is our slope. So now we're at the same step as our previous points, right? We have 1 point and our m. So we have our m is 1, and we have one of the points. We can choose either one of these points, it doesn't matter. I'm going to choose this one because it's smaller numbers. So now I'm going to replace my y is equal to mx plus b with everything I've found so far. So y is 3 is equal to m, which is 1, times x, which is 2, plus b. 3 is equal to 2. 1 times 2 is 2, plus b. Now get that b by itself by subtracting the 2 from both sides. Cross that out, and you're left with a b is equal to 1. So b is 1, m is 1, so my y is equal to mx plus b turns into y is equal to 1x plus 1, or another way to write it is x plus 1, because we know that 1 times any number gives you the number itself. Either one is correct, this one is preferred. Example 22 gives us these 2 points. Again, step 1 says use the slope formula. Step 1 is write down our equation y is equal to mx plus b. It is very good practice to always write that down because it'll just help you not mess anything up. Use the slope formula to find m. So this is our slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Again, x1, y1, x2, y2. My x1 is 2, y1 is 3, x2 is -4, y2 is 15. So y2 is 15 minus 3 over -4 minus 2. 15 minus 3 is 12 over negative 4 minus 2 is negative 6. When you reduce this fraction, you end up with a negative 2. So my m, my slope, is negative 2. So now I have my slope, and I'm going to pick one of these points. Obviously, it's going to be 2, 3 because it's small numbers and it avoids that negative 4. So my y is 3 is equal to m, which is negative 2, times my x, which is 2, plus my b. Go ahead and multiply this out, so I get 3 is equal to negative 4 plus b. So now that we have a negative in front of that 4, we're actually going to add 4 to both sides, because when you have a negative and a positive, those turn into a 0. We're left with a b on the right, and 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. So b is 7. And m is negative 2. So y is equal to mx plus b. My m is negative 2. Y is equal to negative 2x plus my b is positive 7 plus 7. This is your final answer. Go ahead and try the last few out on your own. That is your homework for the rest of the day. Good luck.